It has come to my attention that after a recent post of mine, a recent video where I tried to beat Firebase Z using the Street Sweeper, which I truly believe to be the worst shotgun in the game, a lot of people seem to think that the IRONHIDE is in fact the worst shotgun in the game. But that is just not true. It's just not true at all. So I thought today, if I could learn how to aim, I would take it upon myself to get to round 50 using the IRONHIDE to prove that it is better. Truly do think this gun is one of the more underrated weapons in this game. Like, I don't understand why it gets so much hate and whatever else, because I do think it's actually just the mini version of the Howler. Like, sure, it doesn't have the power of the Howler. I don't think any gun in the game is ever gonna, you know, come close to being as strong as that thing. But, like, it's pretty damn good. Like, sure, right, the fire rate is a little bit slow, but I don't care. You see, because this gun is actually capable of killing things for a very long time, very, very easily. See, the thing with the Street Sweeper is, yeah, right, it may have a lot of fire rate, it may have a lot of ammo, but that gun, once you hit, like, round 30, well, not round 30, say, like, round 40, it is useless. It is trash. You're doing 12,000 damage with a dead shot and then 6,000 without it. Zombies, once they hit health cap, have like 46,000 health in this game, I think. Maybe a bit more, maybe like 48,000 health. That means you're going to be shooting zombies like 7 or 8 times before they die, alright? Like, that is not what you want, especially from a shotgun when you're trying to go for a round 50. It's actually kind of pathetic and laughable. Now, it has been quite a minute since I've used the IRONHIDE, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know its exact damage numbers when we get to those higher rounds, but I can almost guarantee you it's going to be a hell of a lot better than whatever the Street Sweeper is doing, because that gun is stinky. Alright, I'm telling you, I don't like it. I don't think anyone should like it. This is now Street Sweeper haters fan channel, alright? Oh my god. I also decided that I thought I'd do this on Forsaken, because I do kind of feel like it's probably not quite the hardest map in the game. I do still think that belongs to Mauer, but I am going to be uploading a video on that later on in the week, and I didn't want to, like, post the same map twice so soon, so I thought we'd do it on Forsaken. But this map has plenty difficulty as well. You know, we got to deal with Mega Abominations, Manglers, Disciples, Tempests, all the goddamn mimics. I mean, basically there's every single elite in the game other than Megatons and Kranzis. So honestly, I think this is an ample challenge for the IRONHIDE. And as you can see, this thing's killing upwards of 4 or 5 zombies per shot. You know, that's why I love this thing. Even snipers can't do that. You know, this has got such a great, like, buckshot-like spread to the point where you actually just can collapse multiple zombies per round, which is why I think it's so good. Street Sweeper can't do that. Hell, I don't even think the Howler can do that for the most part, you know, which is why I think this gun is so good. Whole bunch of zombies there, 3 kills, 2 kills, 1 kill because I missed, 1 kill because I missed, 1, that's my fault, 3 kills, 2 kills, 3 kills. See? Gun's a banger, alright? Oh god. Like, yeah, alright, the base damage for this thing isn't great. Like, I think, like, right up close and personal, we're doing a little over 1,000, which obviously isn't incredible. I'm not gonna deny that. But it is certainly better than the Street Sweeper, because that gun stinks. Come on. Oh, I haven't even turned on the teleporter yet. Oh, no. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, dear. I think I forget to do that almost every single time I play this map. So let's do it. We got Jug. We're soon to have Stamina. We're going to buy Quick Revive as well. And I'm also going to go Speed Cola. And I think once we've got that nice little setup and Deadshot, this gun is going to be the creme de la creme. The best of the best. That zombie scared the crap out of me. Jesus Christ. Let me jump. Right, get me in here. Get Deadshot bought. And now, I am pretty groovy. Got 8,000 points in the bag. 2,000 damage from a decent range from this thing. I'm confident. I'm confident-ish. Be more confident once I get Pack-a-Punch. Like, I get it doesn't fire the fastest. You know, like, I understand that. It is a bit frustrating that there is, like, a little bit of a delay every time that you go to shoot the gun. I get it. It's weird. I don't like it myself. I just think the sheer damage output of this weapon kind of makes up for it. Like, the Gallo Street Sweeper, like, Gallo semi-automatic gun unpack-a-punched, fully automatic when pack-a-punched, doesn't deal, like, a whole bunch of damage, right? It doesn't. Let's be honest. Street Sweeper, fully automatic all year round. Jesus Christ, that was a mouthful to say for me. But yet again, does not deal a whole lot of damage, as we've already covered. Howler, on the other hand, pump action shotgun, never goes fully automatic, deals tons of damage. best gun in the game by a mile. And then this just kind of sits perfectly in the middle. Doesn't fire fast at all. Does more damage than the Gallo and the Street Sweeper. It's just kind of like the nice middle ground. It's the perfect blend of like all of them put together. I love it. It's great. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you gave me a choice of shotguns, I'm taking the Hauer all day long because like it's the best gun in the game. You'd have to be insane not to take it. But like to say the Ironhide is the worst gun in the game? Nah. Street Sweeper all day long. That gun stinks. See, because I think as well, I think the Ironhide kind of suffers from the same like fate the Hauer does. Where like as the rounds get higher, this gun just starts dealing more damage. You know, like the Hauer just gets stronger as the rounds get higher. Like most guns don't really have that. They have like a set damage that they kind of stick to throughout their upgrade paths and whatever. But I think with the buckshot rounds, because they obviously fire like multiple pellets and whatever, they end up all dealing their own amounts of damage, and it all just scales a bit weird, and they end up becoming just like stupidly OP in the higher rounds. Like I'm 90% certain both the Hauer and the Ironhide fall into that category, which is why this gun's so good. I mean, as you can see as well, it just obliterates the A-bomb when you hit them in those weak spots. Like Street Sweeper, you'd still be here trying to reload the damn thing, shooting in between. Like, get that shit out of here. That gun stinks. Although I will admittedly say it did kill Order incredibly fast, which had me, like, really shocked. Not gonna lie. I will give it one little bonus point there. How would you look at that? Already doing 7,000 damage. Tier 1 Pack-a-Punch and Deadshot with purple tier. Street Sweeper could even dream of doing this much damage at such a low upgrade. Although my accuracy also couldn't ever dream of actually being good. Jesus Christ, it is. Not a day. It's not an aiming day, alright? It's a hip-fire day, I think. I think that's what I've learned. Although the only thing I will say about this gun that I really don't like, and it's not even the gun's fault, it's just the way the game's designed, but the way you can't put like max amount of attachments on this thing kind of really does stink. You know, like, because obviously the shotgun's class is like a secondary in this game rather than a primary. You can only put 5 attachments on them. Like, I just feel like for zombies, that kind of rule should have just been thrown in the bin. I would kill to have all the attachments I have on this thing on the gun. And then also put, like, a red dot on it, maybe. Because, like, this iron sight really is not it. And I don't like it. Like, it's too bad. Like, there's no other way of putting it. It sucks. Maybe I just suck with it. I don't know. But I don't like it at all. And, like, yeah, it fires slow. I know some people aren't gonna like that. But so what? It deals stupid amounts of damage. I would rather have a gun that is a little slower to fire that actually, you know, packs quite a punch, rather than have a gun that fires off all of its bullets in seconds, but it tickles zombies, you know? Because like the one thing with Cold War that I think a lot of people need to understand as well, like every single gun, every single one of them is good for like 30 to 35 rounds. Some of them start to like fade off a little bit in the early 30s depending on the class, you know, SMGs, pistols, whatever. Most of them start to fade away around in like the mid 30s to late like 30s, close to the health cap actually when you get to like the 40s and whatever, like ARs, you know, your assault rifles. I just two-shot that Mega Abomination with the Ironhide. Like, what do you mean? That's actually nuts. I don't even think I've ever done that with a Hauer. But like a lot of the guns, they kind of fade away in the early 30s or like the mid to late 30s, right? But like the true champions of this game, you know, your M16s, your Hauers, your EM2s, your KSPs, your AK-74Us, all of those guns are like still doing like incredibly well in and around health cap, like around 45 plus, right? That's when you know you've got a champion, and this gun is going to be right up there along with them. Because, like, yeah, it fires slower, but it's got all that damage. 7,600 odd damage, or 9,000 damage if you're close enough, at this round, with this, like, upgrade level, is insane. You know, it's actually ridiculous. This gun is going to be so goddamn strong once it's fully upgraded. Once we get the legendary in there, you know, once we get those tier 2 and tier 3 pack punches in there, we're probably looking at close to like 40,000 damage with Deadshot. It's nuts. That's insane. All right, it's been a minute since we spoke, and it's now around 35. The Ironside is still doing well, but I'm not gonna lie, round 34 was kind of like the first somewhat difficult round, which is why I decided now it's really the best time to hop back into like the live commentary. And I decided, you know, like I said earlier, the 20s, like early 30s to mid 30s, like most guns are just gonna walk through those rounds anyway. It's like there's not much point showing them off because like we all know the gun's gonna kill things pretty easily. Like it is what it is, you know. But now, where we're into those mid-30s, closing in on the 40s, you know, zombie health is a bit higher. Zombies are more aggressive, more elites are spawning or whatever. It's getting a little spicy. So I thought now's probably the best time to hop back in. And as I said, round 34 was kind of like the first pretty difficult round we had. I don't know if a lot of it's down to my lack of accuracy and being able to hit things in the head, or, you know, the gun is maybe showing its weaker side. I mean, 40,000 damage to the head, if I can hit them, is still one-shotting zombies very comfortably. Doesn't matter if they're non-armored or armored, they're dying in one shot. Like, they just are, right? But that's if I can hit them in the head, of which is proving to be a little bit more difficult than I would have liked, because my accuracy sucks. Well, like, it's still doing a very good job at taking down elites, obviously doing a very good job at taking down regular zombies as well. Like, as I said, if I could just hit things in their weak spots, they go down super easy. Like, I shot that mangler twice in his cannon, dead. You know, most zombies, like I said, still going down one shot to the head. Super easy, super good. Still no issues whatsoever with this gun, really, other than, you know, I'm not afraid to admit when a gun that I like has flaws, but these iron sights still suck. You know, it's been 40 minutes and still no more of a fan. Really do not like them at all. I mentioned in the street sweeper video the other day on like Saturday, whatever it was when I uploaded it, that like the weather in England right now, pretty damn nice. Pretty damn nice. Literally 24 hours later, not even, you know, but like, you know, basically 24 hours later or whatever. Pretty nice. All day Saturday, lovely, right? It was really nice, really hot, really, you know, good day. 24 hours later, it's nothing but rain. You know, it's early morning yet again, and it's just done nothing but rain. I just had to go out at like 7 o'clock, half 7 or whatever, and get my cat in because of the rain. You know, like in the summer, I don't mind her staying out in the night. She does what she does. She hangs out in the garden. She goes to sleep on like the lawn chair we've got out there or whatever. She gets so comfy in like the nice warm air and whatnot. Don't mind it. But then this morning, you know, like I had to go out and fetch her. Also because, you know, she doesn't like other cats, and there was another one in our garden which she was getting a bit feisty with. But like the main reason is like, you know, the weather and whatnot. She goes out expecting it to be like all nice and warm or whatever as usual, and then like 20 minutes later it starts pouring it down. She comes in absolutely drenched, and I was like, well, that's England weather for you, pal. Now you don't know how to go out anymore. But it is so crazy though how like literally 24 hours ago, like the exact same time, super warm, super nice. Would not have thought like rain would be any time like soon. Done nothing but rain for the past like 3 hours. It's insane. This country can't have one nice thing for a day, I swear to God. I also said it recently, well, I say recently, like a couple months ago. But like having mega abominations and mimics and, you know, whatever else, like these kind of like not really like zombie looking characters, kind of like, you know, slightly apothecon looking characters, really does have me wanting like Mogwais and whatnot to come back. You know, like I really do like the style of the apothecon enemies a lot more than these like dark ether enemies. Like, don't get me wrong, like mega abominations and disciples and mimics and whatever are all cool, but like I just think a Mogwai coming back would be so sick. Like, I don't think it's ever gonna happen because I think we've moved away from those storylines and those characters and whatever. But man, it would be such like a good thing if we could just get them back, because they're such a fun enemy to fight, especially if it's like the elemental versions of them from Rev. Oh, they do something crazy with them again. Or maybe, hell, here's an idea: make the abominations elemental. I'd be down with that. You know, you get fire ones, you get like a void one, whoever it was. You get like your standard like electric ones, like these guys. Like, I think that would be pretty sick. Like this part of the game now, where like the gun has kind of stopped doing like the multiple damage to multiple enemies, it is starting to slow down a bit. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still doing like stupid amounts of damage to individual zombies. It's just not doing it to like as widespread amount anymore. It's got me a little bit worried for like, you know, the next 10 rounds or so, not gonna lie. I have a feeling this might get a bit weaker, a bit quicker than I'd like. Isn't great. I'd like to do this without putting an AAT on the gun. Like, obviously I know I'm running elemental pop, but like elemental pop really isn't that OP and whatever. But it's starting to, you know, it's starting to maybe slightly slow down a bit. Ooh, zombies are now have 32,000 health, thanks to the insta-kill being able to tell me. So we're probably like 2 rounds away, I'd say. Round 42, round 43, then round 44. Round 44 is probably the round where we're no longer going to be able to like comfortably one-shot a zombie, unless like I've got the gun literally up their nose. Round 42 was a bit not great. The gun's starting to show it's getting a little weak. Don't like to admit that, but it is. Like, I think what's happening is, like, the buckshot is only killing, like, the first zombie in line, but then hitting the other zombies behind it. So, like, obviously the zombies then take a bit of damage, or you don't get that dead shot hit on them in the first place, which is starting to show a bit more because, like, I'm not seeing that 40,000 damage pop up as regularly as I was used to seeing, you know? I'm seeing a lot more 20,000s, and that is what's starting to get a little bit worrying. God, the weather outside may no longer be delightful today, but my hay fever is still taking an opportunity to bully me. And I'm not a fan. I hate the summer. You know? Like, it must be so nice. Like, I'm so jealous of people who don't have allergies. Like, if you can go outside in the summer, even like spring is, like, spring's even worse. Like, when everything's like blossoming, but, like, being able to go outside and, like, during this time of the year and not have any issues, you know, like, you can breathe clear, you know, your eyes don't get itchy, your arms don't get itchy, your throat doesn't get all scratchy. Like, it must be so nice. I yearn for the day I could experience that, but it's never gonna happen. Wait, am I still? Nope, never mind. I missed his head. I needed full health zombie to shoot in the face. I missed. God damn it. I might still be one-shotting zombies with 40,000 damage. I am still. Wait, am I doing the thing? I'm doing the thing! Like I said, man, I'm doing extra damage. What the? I don't get it. Once you hit the gun's, like, one-shot range, it just starts doing more damage, and I don't quite understand it. Like, I swear, up until... I don't get it. I think what happens is up until a certain point, the game registers, like, the damage as, like, when you fire the gun, from a shotgun specifically, as, like, one cohesive, like, unit. You know, like, it's a buckshot round, but it classes it as one thing. As if you're firing a slug, say. Once you hit, like, the health cap or the time in the game where the gun no longer one-shots, instead of counting, like, the pellet as one cohesive unit, it starts counting it as, like, the individual, like, pellets or whatever, so you start doing more damage because, like, no, that doesn't make sense either. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm a fan of it, though. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it, though. You see, like, I'm doing, like, 40,000 damage, but then, like, an extra, like, 1,000, 2,000 damage just to ensure the one-shot. Like, watch. 40, like, I don't... Huh? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You see, even now, though, as well, when I'm shooting zombies that I've, like, already taken damage off, rather than doing, like, 20,000 damage, I'm doing more damage to them as well. What? What? Like I said, man, shotguns just get stronger. The higher the round you go, the stronger they get. It's like the shotguns level up once the zombies start leveling up. It just doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, right, sure, I do that 50,000 damage when a zombie's, like, right under my nose, and, like, it will one-shot them still, because zombies' health doesn't go that high. At least I don't think it does. I can't remember, if I'm being honest. But, like, that 40,000 damage, that should have been it. But, nope. As you can see, we're doing more. Oh, and there it is, round 49. The final round until 50. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be glad when this is over. Oh my god, I forgot how, like, intense these, like, final 5 or so rounds get on this game when you hit, like, close around 50, and even closer to, like, super sprinters and whatever else that spawns. Oh my god, this game gets, like, pretty chaotic in these higher rounds. Like, it's great, but at the same time, when you're using a gun that's not necessarily, like, the best of the best. But I think this just goes to show as well that, like, even in this game, using a gun that is, for the most part, widely regarded as not that good, which is wrong, you can still get to round 50 with it, you know? Like, that's kind of the one thing I love about this game, is every single gun is viable. And I really hope that's the same in whatever the next title's called. Black Ops 5, Black Ops 6, Gulf War, whatever. I really hope the guns, like, all the guns are viable in zombies, or there's at least, like, a healthy selection of guns, because, like, it always gets super boring to me. It's probably also the main reason why I hate Black Ops 3's, like, arsenal so much. It's because, like, there's just a handful of guns that are, like, vastly superior to everything else, and then everything else in that game just kind of sucks. Now, yeah, alright, don't get me wrong, there's, like, a handful of guns in this game that are vastly superior to every other gun, but, like, every other gun in the game is still then just as capable of getting to around 50, or, you know, beating Easter eggs or beating bosses with. It just takes a little bit more effort, rather than them being completely useless, like they are in a game like Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3. I mean, hell, even with, like, MWZ, like, at launch on that game, it seemed like most of the guns were viable. Now, don't get me wrong, there was a few guns that, like, massively outperformed the others, like the Tier and the Lockwood. But most of the guns in that game seemed pretty good. Whereas now, it feels like there's definitely, like, a hierarchy of weapons that are, like, very, very, very good. And then the rest of them are just like very average slash below average, which kind of sucks. Because that means everyone just kind of gets forced into using like the same kind of weapons. And like it just gets boring, you know? Like it's just not very exciting when you're like, okay, I'm gonna try and do this challenge, but like, oh, I guess I've got to use this gun because like it's X amount of good compared to this gun. It's like, I'd rather just like every gun be viable. Just makes the game a lot more fun for me. And I finally got my insta-kill as well. So zombies have 48,000 health. That is health cap health right there for regular zombies. And the Ironhide has been doing, for the most part of the game, 40,000 damage. But now all of a sudden can one-shot past 48,000 damage. So once again, do not understand. I'm not complaining, I'm just confused. And I think this is literally the last handful right now. There's a Tempest, and I'm probably gonna have to deal with as well, so I'm gonna take him down first, if I can hit the guy. Oh my god. Oh my god, no! I fucking hate those guys. Just like that. Round 50 with the Ironhide, thus proving it's better than the Street Sweeper. Street Sweeper sucks. Even though I could probably do even though I know for a fact I have done the exact same thing with the Street Sweeper, which you will never see. But with that, if you have enjoyed, please do drop a like on all the other good stuffs. If you want to see more round 50s from myself on any other game, whatever it may be, let me know down in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. My name has been Satch, and I'll see you in the next one.